Hello, good day to everyone. Today we're going to discuss a new lesson which is on circles satisfying three conditions. The milk is, or the most essential learning competencies, solves problems on circles satisfying three conditions. So, last time we discussed about the standard form and the general form of the equation of a circle, right? So, so before we proceed to the new topic, circles satisfying three conditions, let us have first a review on our past lesson on standard form and general form. So let us have his priming activities. So number one, we have here find the center and radius of the circle. X plus 5 quantity squared plus y minus 2 quantity squared equals 5. Of course, you know the answer. The center can be found on the h and k part of the equation of the circle in standard form, and the radius is the square root of 5, right? So from here, we can tell that the center is at, okay, plus 5 means h is equal to negative 5, and minus 2 meaning k equals 2, right? So meaning the center is equal to negative 5, 2, yes, pareho sila. But how about the square root of 5? Is it also 5? Wrong. What is the square root of 5? Is it square root of 5? That's correct. So definitely, this is the correct answer. This is the wrong answer, right? So if your answer is this, then try again. And this is the correct answer. Negative 5, 2 is the center. Radius is square root of 5. Bravo. Next item. Find the equation of a circle in standard form with the given center and radius. Center 2, 6. Radius is 6. Okay, so as you can see, h is 2, 6, k is 6. They are both positive. So just substitute this to the standard form of the equation of circle. X minus h, quantity squared, plus y minus k, quantity squared equals r squared. So this is now the correct answer. X minus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 6 quantity squared equals, the square of 6 is 36. Okay, this is not the correct answer. Yes, you are correct. Next item. Find the equation of a circle in standard form with the given center and radius. Okay? So if h is negative 3, dapat plus yun, di ba? Plus 3x plus 3. If k is 7, then y minus 7 quantity squared. And the square of 9 is 81. So this is the correct answer. If this is your answer, then it's wrong. And this should be the correct answer. You are great. Next item. Find the equation of a circle in general form with a given center and radius. Center is 8, negative 4. Radius is equal to square root of 7. So if h is 8, k equals negative 4, and r equals square root of 7, all you have to do is, uh, you're going to substitute this h, k, and r to the standard form of the equation of a circle, squaring the binomials and all, and then combining similar terms, rearranging the terms, and you come up with the general form of the equation of circle, which is, okay, what's your answer? Is it, okay, pareho sila. The difference only plus 73 dito, plus 70 doon. If your answer is plus 70, then try again. The correct answer is x squared plus y squared minus 16x plus 8y plus 73 equals 0. You are fantastic. Next item, find the equation of the circle in standard form with the given center. Ayun. So h is negative 4, k is negative 6, r is 2 square root of 3. If you substitute this to the standard form of the equation of the circle, which is the correct answer. Yan. Of course, by just looking at the value of h and k, dapat you multiply this by negative 2, dapat positive 8. Times negative 2 yung 6, positive 12. Kasi 14 na yon. So definitely this is the correct answer. Right? You are correct. So we proceed now to our new lesson. Please lend me your ears because this lesson uh, has a lengthy solution. Parang mahaba-haba ang solution nito. So please bear with me. Okay. So our lesson is circle satisfying three conditions. Mm-hmm. Let us notice that each of the equations, the standard form and the general form, okay, what do you notice here? It consists of three constant. For standard form, we have h, k, and r, right? Sa general form naman, d, e, and f, okay? So, this is standard form, the constants are h, k, and r, tatlo. How about in the general form? Uh, in the general form, the constants are d, e, and f, okay? So what does this tell us? This implies that it takes three conditions to determine a circle. Ayan. So in this lesson, we learn how to find the standard form and general form of the equation of a circle A passing through three given points. Okay? Usually, our problem is meron tayong center and radius. Find the equation. That's easy, right? You just substitute it to the standard form of the equation of the circle. And then you have the equation na. Pero pag 3 points ang given, yes, medyo mahirap in solving the equation, right? And letter B, find the standard form and general form of the equation of circle that circumscribes the triangle with given vertices. So, the solution of these two problems, uh, similar din, parang pareho. Kasi in a triangle, there are three vertices, right? So, yung circle, dadaan doon sa tatlong vertices na yon. So, pareho yung solution nito. Okay? So, let us have our first example. Yan, number 1. Find the equation of the circle passing through the points J, 5, negative 7, point K, negative 2, negative 6, and L, 6, negative 6. Okay? So, the center and radius are not given. So, it's very difficult for us to just give the equation in an instant, right? Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to solve this type of problem. We apply our knowledge in solving systems of linear equations by elimination or substitution method. Ayan. We have learned this from second quarter, week number 8. You know how to solve system of linear equation either by elimination or substitution method, right? But I think the most common method in solving systems of linear equation is elimination. Okay. Personally, I always use elimination method than substitution method. Seldom lang yung substitution and graphical method. So, what is the first step? Since there are 3 points given in which the circle passes through it, then we will form several equations until we have solved the values of D, E, and F. So that is our goal. In solving this kind of problem, our goal is to solve for D, E, and F. So let's start with our first equation. Let us get point J, 5, negative 7. That means x is 5, y equals negative 7. Then, substitute this to the general form of circle. Ayan. Substitute x by 5, y by negative 7. Ayan. So, and then squaring the numbers and multiplying the numbers and letters. So it becomes 25 plus 49 plus 5d minus 7e plus f. And then we will add the two constants, 25 and 49 is 74. So we have here now our equation 1. 5d minus 7e plus f plus 74 equals 0. Right? Next equation, let us get point k, negative 2, negative 6. That means x equals negative 2, y equals negative 6. Substitute this to the general form of circle. Yan. Negative 2 squared plus negative 6 squared plus d times negative 2 plus e times negative 6 plus f. Then squaring the numbers and multiplying the numbers and letters. So we have 4 plus 36 minus 2d minus 6e plus f. Then you add 4 and 36, which is 40. So our equation 2 is negative 2d minus 6e plus f plus 40 equals 0. And let's proceed to our equation 3 by using point L, 6, negative 6. So that means x is equals 6 and y equals negative 6. Substitute this to the general form of circle. Yon, 6 squared plus negative 6 squared plus d times 6 plus e times negative 6 plus f equals 0. Substitution. Then squaring the numbers and multiplying the numbers and letters. 36 plus 36 plus 6d minus 6e plus f. Okay, be careful in dealing with the sign of each numbers and variables. Okay, pag nagkamali ka ng isang sign dyan, mali na lahat. Okay, so our second, I should say, equation 3 is 6d minus 6e plus f plus 72 equals 0. Well, did you get 72? 36 plus 36. So next step, after solving the three equations, equation 1, 2, and 3, we're now ready to combine two equations at a time. So let's start by combining equation 2 and equation 3. Okay, meaning to say subtract equation 2 by equation 3. Or it depends what you do first. We can also subtract equation 1 by 2 first, or equation 2 by equation 3. Okay, whichever you prefer. So I first subtracted equation 2 by equation 3. So what is equation 3? Nandito. And equation 2, 2D, yan. So, meron bang may eliminate dyan? Wala. So, I will multiply negative 1 to equation 2 in order to eliminate f. Okay? Para ma-eliminate yung f, I will multiply it by negative 1. So, yun. Para maging negative yung isang f. So, ayun na. Becomes 2D plus 6e minus f minus 40 equals 0. So, as you can see, pwede nang eliminate yung f. At the same time, na-eliminate din yung e. Accidentally lang yan, no? But sometimes, only f ang na-eliminate. But, maswerte ka kapag two variables ang na-eliminate dyan. Okay? So, let us now add the two equations. So, 6d plus 2d equals 8d. Okay? 72 minus 40, or 72 plus negative 40 is 32. So, from here, add both sides by negative 32. 8d equals negative 32. So, divide both sides by 8. Therefore, d equals negative 4. So, solve na natin yung d. Our goal is to solve for e and f. Okay. So, next step, subtract equation 1 by equation 3. Equation 2 pala. Ayun. Equation 2, equation 1. Multiply negative 1 by equation 1 so that I will eliminate f. So, ayun. Then, add the two equations. So, naging negative f na yon sa equation 1. Okay? Eliminate f. Then add the two equations. We have negative 2d plus negative 5d, negative 7e plus e. Yes. 40 minus 74 is negative 34. So, as you can see, this is our equation 4. Okay? Negative 7d plus e minus 34 equals 0. So, from equation 4, we can now solve for e. Kasi meron na tayong d, right? So, substitute d was negative 4 to equation 4. Yan. Substitute d equals negative, yes. Equation 4, substitute natin yung d ng negative 4. So, it becomes negative 7 times negative 4 is 28 plus e minus 34. Ayun. Then, so, 28 minus 34 is negative 6. So, e minus 6 equals 0. And then, add both sides by 6. Therefore, e equals 6. Okay, solve na natin yung d, na-solve na natin yung ef na lang. So, to solve for f, we substitute the values of d, negative 4, e equals 6 to equation 1, or 2, or 3. So, you can choose from equation 1, 2, or 3. I choose equation 1. Whichever is yung mas madaling equation pag-substitutan para sa inyo. So, I choose equation 1. You can choose 2 or equation 3. Same result will be obtained for f. Okay? So, yan ang equation 1 natin. 5d minus 7e plus f plus 74 equals 0. Substitute d by negative 4, e by 6. Then, we have negative 20 minus 42 plus f plus 74. Then, add the numbers now. Negative 20 minus 42 plus 74 is 12. F plus 12. Therefore, what is f? Negative 12 by adding both sides by negative 12. So, we have already solved for d, e, and f. So, okay, mas-solve na natin yung equation by substituting the values of d, e, and f to the general form of circle. Ayan. Substitute mo na yung d and f. So, this is now the equation of the circle. for number 1, x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 6y minus 12 equals 0. Now, the last step after solving the equation is, of course, we're going to determine the center and radius para later on we will graph it. No? Solving for h, so given negative 4d equals 6, f equals negative 12. So what is h? You know what to do, divide negative 4 by negative 2, so positive 2, right? Let's check. Correct. Divide 6 by negative 2 to solve for k, that is negative 3. Let's check. Correct. So therefore the center is at 2, negative 3. Yun. 2, negative 3 ang center. How about the radius? Using the formula. Ayun, substitute mo lang. Negative 4, 16 plus 36 minus 4 times 48, ayun, equals 100 multiplied by 1/4. Therefore, get the square root of both sides. Square root of 25 is 5. The radius is 5. Ayun, so the equation, the center of the circle that passes through the points, 5, negative 7, negative 2, negative 6, 6, negative 6 is at 2, negative 3. Yun ang center and the radius is 5. And this is now the graph. So as you can see in the graph, the circle passes through point L, 6, negative 6, point J, 5, negative 7, and point K, negative 2, negative 6. Di ba? Ayun. And the radius is 5. Okay? Dali lang, right? Kaya lang medyo lengthy ang solution niyan. So let's proceed to number 2 so that you can understand better. So same problem, same method, same solution. Find the equation of the circle passing through the points 4, 0, 2, negative 1, and R, 1, 1. Okay? Same solution natin dito. First, our goal here is to solve for D, E, and F. So, using these 3 points here, we're going to we're going to formulate or make 3 equations. Equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. Okay, so for at P, for 0, substitute, the first step, substitute for 0 to the general form. X equals 4, y equals 0. Ayan. Substitution. Then square 4 and 0 is 16 plus 0. 0 times E times 0 is 0. So plus F. So what is our equation 1? Ayun. 4D plus F plus 16 equals 0. Equation 1. Next, for equation 2, we use Q, point Q to negative 1. Yan. Substitution. 2 squared plus negative 1 squared plus D2 plus E times negative 1 plus F. We have 4 plus 1 plus 2D minus E plus F. Then add 4 and 1, that is 5. Therefore, equation 2 is 2D minus E plus F plus 5 equals 0. Next, let's proceed to equation 3 using point R, 1, 1. That means x equals 1, y equals 1. Substitution to the general form. We have 1 plus 1 plus d plus f equals 0. Therefore, equation 3 is d plus e plus f plus 2 equals 0. Okay, be careful with the signs. Careful when you multiply and square numbers. Kasi pag isang sign lang ang mali, mali na lahat. Next, I will subtract now equation 2 by equation 3. Equation 3 is d plus e plus f plus 2. Equation 2 is 2d minus e plus f plus 5 equals 0. So I will multiply equation 2 by negative 1 so that I will eliminate f. Okay? F, parating ini-eliminate Kasi wala siyang, usually walang coefficient ng f. So, f ang dapat eliminate. Although, at this point, we can eliminate e. Okay? Pero f pa rin ang dapat na eliminate natin muna. Ayun. So, eliminate f. So, we have new equation. Negative 2 plus e plus 2e minus 3 is equation 4. So, in our example number 1, we have solved immediately yung d kasi dalawang values or dalawang variables ang eliminate. But this time, isa lang yung f. That means hindi pa na natin nasosolve yung D. Next, subtract equation 1 by equation 2. Ayan. So, I will multiply equation 1 by -1 to eliminate f. Ayun. So, what is the answer? Add the two equations. -2d minus e, 5 minus 16 is minus 11. So, equation 5 is -2d minus e minus 11 equals 0. Then, next step is we subtract equation 4 by 5. So, to eliminate, ang eliminate natin dito is either d or e. You choose. So, para sa akin, I want to eliminate d. So, I will multiply it by -2. Pwede ring eliminate yung e. You can multiply equation 5 by +2. Okay? So, kanya-kanyang ano lang yan. So, this time, I will eliminate equation 2. Equation 4 by multiplying it by -2. So, it becomes 2d plus minus 4e plus 6. Then, eliminate na natin yung d. That means -5e minus 5 equals 0. Therefore, -5e equals 5. So, what is e? E equals -1. Okay, nasolve na natin yung e. Solve pa natin yung d and f. So, substitute e equals -1 to equation 4 or 5 to solve for d. I choose equation 4. So, can you answer this orally? If I substitute e by -1, what will be the answer of d? Let's say 2 times -1, -2 minus 3, -5. So, -d equals 5. I think -5 ang d. Let's check. Alright, correct. D equals -5. Yun. D equals -5. So, meron ng D, meron ng E, F na lang. So, to solve for F, we substitute the values of D equals -5, E equals -1 to equation 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I choose equation 1 again. Kasi mas madali na to, wala ng E, di ba? Okay, so substitute D by -5, 4 times -5, -20 plus 16 is -4. So, the F equals 4. Let's check. Correct. So, F is equal to 4, right? Ayun. So, meron na tayong D and F. Let us now solve the equation of the circle by substituting the values of D, E, and F to the general form of the equation of circle. We have, ayan, x squared plus y squared minus 5x minus y plus 4 equals 0. Okay? And from this equation, general form, let us solve the center and radius. Okay, what do you think is the radius? Yun, divide by negative, okay, what is d? Ay, radius muna, no? Okay, what is the radius? Substitute mo yan, 25 plus 1, 26 minus 16, 10. Square root of 10 yata over 2. Square root of 10 over 2. Tignan natin. Yun, square root of 10 over 2 or 1.6. Ayan. The radius is 1.6. Using your calculator, square root of 10 divided by 2 is 1.6. Katutulong yung decimal in trying to sketch a graph of the circle. Yan yung length ng radius. So, 1.6. How about the center? Okay, alam na natin ang center. Divide yung d ng -2. That means 2.5 or 5 halves. Right? How about k? How about k? Divide -1 by -2. That means 1 half. 0.5. 0.5. Ayun, 0.5. So, the center is at 2.5, 0.5. Or 5 halves, 1 half. Ayun, radius is square root of 10 over 2 or 1.6 and the center is 2.5, 0.5. Dito na yung dapat 5 halves yun. 1 half. Diba? Wala lang slash. Okay, so as you can see, the center is at 2.5, 1 half. Okay? And as you can see, the circle passes through 1, 1, yung point R. 2, -1, yung point Q. And 4, 0, yung point P. Diba? And the radius is equal to 1.6. Ayan. Dali lang, right? And number 3, ito na yung last example natin. Find the equation of the circle that circumscribes a triangle with vertices P, 1, -4, Q, 3, -2, and R, 4, 5. Ayan. Same procedure din ang gagawin natin as our as in example number 1 and 2. Kasi it involves a triangle with vertices. So parang it passes through point P, point Q, and point R rin ito. And then later on, just draw a triangle connecting the 3 vertices here, right? So first step, let us solve for D, E, and F by constructing equations 1, 2, and 3. Substitute, ayun, sa general form of the circle, yung x equals 1, y equals negative 4. So 1 plus 16 plus d minus 4e plus f, we have d minus 4e plus f plus 17 equals 0. Then yung equation 1. Next, equation 2. Point Q, 3, negative 2. That means x equals 3, y equals negative 2. Substitute it in the general form. Ayan, substitution. Then squaring 3 and negative 2, which is 9 plus 4 is 13. So yun, 3d minus 2e plus f plus 13 equals 0 is equation 2. Okay, gets? Next, point R, 4, 5. That means x equals 4 and y equals 5. Substitute it in the general form of circle. Yan, 4 square plus 5 square plus d times 4 plus e times 5 plus f. Then square 4 and 5. We have 16 plus 25 plus 4d plus 5e plus f. Then add 16 and 25, that's equal to 41. So equation 3 is 4d plus 5e plus f plus 41 equals 0. Now subtract equation 2 by equation 3. Yan. So I will multiply again equation 2 by negative 1 to eliminate f. Yun lagi eh. Yun lagi yung ini-eliminate natin f. So ayan, naging negative 3d plus 2e minus f plus minus 13. So na-eliminate yung f, then add the equation 4d plus negative 3d, d, 5e plus 2e, 7e, 41 plus negative 13 is 28. So this is equation 4. D plus 7e plus 28 equals 0. Next, subtract equation 1 by equation 2. Yes, multiply equation 1 by negative 1 to eliminate f. So ayun. So then add the two equations, 2d plus 2e minus 4. So 2d plus 2e minus 4 equals 0. Or we can still simplify this. Diba? Pwedeng simplify ito. D plus e minus 2. Pwede rin simplify, pero rin hindi na. No? Same pa rin eh. Now, meron na tayong equation 4 and equation 5. Subtract equation 4 by 5. Yan. So, what will we do? To equation 4. To eliminate. So, mali pala yun. Dapat negative 2, no? Negative 2 ito, not negative 1. Okay? Correction, this should be negative 2 para ma-eliminate yung d. So, multiply the equation 4 by negative 2. Yun, negative 2. So, it becomes negative 2d minus 14e minus 56. Okay, eliminate 2d. Eliminate d. 2e plus negative 14e is negative 12e minus 60 equals 0. Then, add both sides by 60. Divide both sides by negative 12. So, na-solve na natin yung e. The value is negative 5. Then, substitute e equals negative 5 to equation 4 or 5 to solve for d. So, I choose equation 5. Choose equation 5. Substitute yung e ng negative 5, negative 10 minus 4, negative 14. 2d equals 14, so 7 yung d. Let's check. Tama. D equals 7. Yun, 7. D equals 7. Then next, f. Solve for f, we substitute the values of d equals 7, e equals negative 5 to equation 1 or 2 or 3. I choose equation 1. O pwede rin equation 2 ang choose nyo or 3. Depende na sa inyo yun. So, let's try. 7 minus 4 times negative 5. That means 7 plus 20, 27. 27 plus 17. Oh, no. 27 plus 17, 44. Is it negative 44? I don't know. Let's check. Tama. Negative 44 is the value of f. Ayun. F equals negative 44. Ayun. So, therefore, the equation of the circle, substitute yung value of d, e, and f to the general form of equation of circle. So, the equation is x squared plus y squared plus 7x minus 5y minus 44 equals 0. Okay, let us now solve for the center and radius. So, what is the radius of the circle? Substitute to the formula. Yun, 250 divided by 4. Square root of 250 over 4 is square root of 250 over 2. Or, using your calculator, that's equivalent to 7.9. Okay? The radius is 7.9. And how about the value of h? 3.5. Yes, divide 7 by negative 2, negative 3.5. How about k? Yung negative 5 divided by ng negative 2, that means it is equal to 2.5. Ayun, tama. So, the center is at negative 3.5, 2.5. Okay? So, meron na tayong center. Meron tayong radius. Yun. So, the center is at negative 3.5, 2.5. And the radius is 7.9. Yun, 7.9 ang radius. So, as you can see, we have here the triangle with vertices 4, 5, R, point Q, 3, negative 2, and point R, 1, negative 4. I should say P pala yan. P mistake pala yun. Dapat P, no? Sorry for that. This should be P, this is R, this is Q. So, the circles is circumscribe a triangle with the given vertices. And generalization, to find the equation of a circle passing through 3 given points, we form equations by substituting the given 3 points to the general form of the equation of circle. And then we continue by adding or subtracting the 2 equations from the 3 equations, simultaneously forming equations 4 and 5. Then we add or subtract again equations 4 and 5, thus solving one of the variables d, e, and f. And after solving for d, e, and f, then we can now substitute it to the general form of the circle. And from the equation of the circle, we can be able to solve its center and radius, and finally, graphing the circle. That ends our lesson on circles satisfying 3 conditions. I'll see you next time. We will be able to solve again more problems on circles. Okay, it's enjoyable, right? Thank you for listening. Goodbye and have a nice day.